Hi, my name is Peter Denenberg. I'm a producer, engineer, and studio owner from New York. We've had Acme Studios in Westchester County there for 31 years now. It's my pleasure to be here with Nicky Moroch, who I've known almost that long. Nicky is a first call session player from New York. In addition to touring with David Sanborn for the last 10 years or so, he's played on records ranging from David Bowie to Jessica Simpson. It's one of my favorite ones to play.
Great guitar record.
Great guitar record. In running a studio for 31 years and making records, I've had the privilege to work with some great musicians and mic up some great guitar amps. One of the first successes for me as a producer was the Spin Doctors Pocket Full of Kryptonite project, which I think sold about 8 million plus records overall. Also have gotten to work a lot with Roger Glover from Deep Purple on his solo projects. In fact, Nicky and I worked together on some of those. And we remixed.
Warren Haynes was on there also.
And Warren Haynes, yeah.
Another PRS amp.
Another PRS amp guy who's on his Snapshot solo there.
Yep.
We also remixed Machine Head and Who Do We Think We Are. Each time one of those records turned 25 years old, we would get to put those out and remix them. So guitar amps and guitar tones have been a big part of my life, trying to figure out how to mic up a guitar amp so that the sound on my side of the glass sounds like it does, and moreover like it feels in the studio for the guitar player, has been quite a trick. You go through all of these processes of trying 10 million microphones, putting the microphones close, putting the microphones far, experimenting with room sound. The thing that's a little bit crazy is that the larger a project you work on, and especially when you start to do live sound for TV and radio, the less time you have to actually get the sound right, the less time you have to mess with it or walk back in the room and move the microphone. So what we've set up for our demo here, originally at the PRS Experience and now at NAMM, is a little demonstration of how to mic up a guitar amp sort of right the first time and have the sound translate into the studio. And what this demonstration shows is how to get the sound on garden variety equipment. What we have here is an older Pro Tools system, something I actually got off Craigslist for $300. We don't have an ISO booth or a separate studio like most people don't have at home. At home you might use a closet. At the NAMM show we have a very high-tech 4-foot by 3-foot box covered with crap. We didn't even take the cardboard out of it. In that box is a 212 closed-back cabinet with 2 vintage 30s, which is my favorite cabinet from the PRS line. And there's 2 SM57s pointing at that speaker cabinet, one on-axis, one off-axis. They're both turned up to the same volume and pan center, so we're sort of making 2 $90 microphones into one $180 microphone. So Nicky has brought this lovely song. Let's play a little bit of it and show what we're getting in here. There is no EQ, there is no processing, there is no funny business going on the computer. This is just 2 Shure mics on this amp head. There is a little bit of delay, yeah, to be fair. The amp head that we're going to run through right now is one of the new 2-channel H models. So this would be 50 watts, Hayborg output transformer, and 6L6 tubes. What happens to Nicky and I is, as we do these demos, we keep changing what our favorite amp is, on different demos, different parts of the day. We end up with a big pile of them at home.
This is a new fave.
It's a new fave, but that means that Doug Sewell and Paul, they're doing the right thing. They keep different ones rise to the top. Let's play your tune. Wonderful.
Great sound.
So that's, again, the 50-watt head on the dirty channel.
It is.
And without touching anything.
No switching the channels.
Yeah.
Turn down the guitar.
So that means we're listening through two small studio monitors with 7-inch drivers, and even through the little speakers we get that pant-leg thing. That's something that on countless records with huge Marshall stacks and all sorts of
hard to get
major gear I haven't been able to get, and we've worked at for days. Both Doug and Paul are big fans of the pant-leg thing, and they've figured out a way to make these amps translate just beautifully. We're getting the pant-leg thing in a 4-foot by 3-foot box, you know, that's full with garbage that they ship guitars in. So, needless to say, it's just going to get better from there. I should tell one story. We had an accidental blindfold test at Acme Studios about 3 weeks ago. I was working on a record project, and a band of great players came in, were hired to track 10 songs for an artist I was producing. We have 2 different studios at Acme. In the smaller studio, I set up one of the PRS guitar amps with tie lines into the big studio that the band was playing. The musicians come in and they sit down, and the guitar player just picks up a cord that says guitar on the floor and plugs it into his pedal board. Everyone sits in front of their headphone boxes. They just have a knob for drums, bass, guitar, vocals. They play the first song. They come into the control room. The song is playing back, and everyone, not just the drummer, not just the guitar player, but everyone, the drummer, the bass player, the singer, are asking what the heck this guitar amp is. They were really responding to it immediately. I knew they'd like it, but I didn't think it'd be that quick. So I show it to them, and we shut the door into the Studio B, and the entire weekend goes by, 2 days. We don't open that door again. We change no knobs on the amp. All the guy does is turn up and down his volume on his pedal board, and we tracked all 10 songs without touching the amp. So it was a good guitar player. Sound was in his hands and his feet too in that case. But to me, that really justified bringing home as many of these amps as I did from the experience, and you know, I have to keep reminding my wife that it's important that we have lots of these guitar amps. So it's been a lot of fun doing these demos with Nicky, and we're truly excited about this stuff, and we hope you can see that too.